Welcome back to Simplify Your Small Business. David Wolf here with Melanie Rembrandt. Welcome.
Welcome, David. How are you today?
I don't usually say that, do I? I usually say good morning or how are you?
I like to be welcomed.
Well, good.
I'm good today. Thank you.
And welcome to everybody who's joining us. Thanks for continuing to listen to our series. Really dedicated. I mean, we're passionate about how you simplify your life and simplify your small business, of course. And today we're going to talk about how to avoid SEO ripoffs. Melanie, tell us more.
Well, we've all seen all of these signs and emails and advertising about how you need search engine optimization. And everyone's like, oh, okay, great. I'm going to jump on that bandwagon. And
Right.
I mean, we've all gotten maybe an email a day about some company that can put you at the top of the search engines. And it sounds really fantastic. But with that in mind, I have some things for you to look out for because you can really get ripped off by these services. But it's important to have top rankings when people are looking for your products and services. They want to be able to find you online. So first thing is, don't necessarily go with recommendations from your family members, coworkers, friends, etc. You want to do your own research because they may be in a completely different situation than you are. They have different goals, timelines, budgets. So you really need to look for what you want. And also, with that research, take the time to look for certifications, experience, testimonials, better business rankings. This does take time, but it can save you thousands of dollars and also avoid possibly getting your site hacked by one of these companies.
Whoa. So it's possible to really get sort of to the dark side of the internet if you go down the wrong path.
Right. I mean, some of these offers that sound too good to be true, they are, and they can get really ugly.
Well, I encounter that a lot with the, as a podcast producer, I get a lot of, podcast promoters, which I guess falls into this SEO promotion sort of space, right?
Yes. I mean, everyone says they can do it, and it's, you have to look into it.
There's also this thing about gaming the system is what I mean by that. And in other words, and I know this happens in the Amazon world as well with books and stuff, just people that sort of, I think there are ways to sort of hack and game the system that's not really, what are your thoughts on that, Melanie? Just is the potential out there to kind of go down that rabbit hole as well?
There are, but when it comes right down to it, Google and all of the search engines are looking for quality. They want, before you could put a keyword in 20 times and be at the top of the search rankings.
Right.
And instead of getting worried about, all these keywords and what do you need to do with coding and tagging and all of that, you really just need to concentrate on providing quality content, and the search engines will realize that.
Exactly. And you can search our library of content as well on Simplify This Podcast, because we've talked a lot about how to do keyword placement and how not to overuse it and how to, there's a science to that. Of course, Melanie can always help you with that directly if you want to reach out to her. Number 2 is communicate. So we want to be sure to discuss your specific needs, the reports you need, and how to end a contact if you need to confidentially, right?
Exactly. I mean, once you sign up, what are you going to get? You should receive regular reports so you know what's going on, because you can really look at that data. You can see what your competitors are doing, and you can actually see if your SEO person is actually doing anything. Right. So please don't hire someone and just let it go. You need to be part of the process and communicate with them, like they're a team member and part of your organization.
Yeah, and this is really the point 3 we're going to make is be that part of the process. Make sure that you're really engaged and monitor the results like you would if you were building a home or anything else. You need to stay plugged in. It's not a set it and forget it kind of situation.
Right. And good SEO does cost money, and you might as well look at what you're paying for. There might be some really good tidbits in there about what your competition is doing, and you can beat them to the chase. So there are some really juicy tidbits in that report that you get.
All right. Is there a rule of thumb about what a small business owner should be paying for this sort of service? Is that a hard question to answer?
I've seen the gamut of things. Usually you can find someone good starting around $1,000. It just depends on what you need and what you want. Okay.
And that's a one-time sort of look at it, right? Do people do that? I mean, there's an ongoing aspect to this, right? Or is it a once and...
It's usually, it's almost, because keywords and trending, it's constantly changing. Your keywords and rankings will change on a daily basis too. So it's something you do on a regular basis, month to month. So you'll probably get some kind of retainer with the company you use. Just make sure there's some way to get out of that retainer if you need to.
All right. Sounds good, Melanie. So how to avoid SEO ripoffs. Research first. Don't just take recommendations from coworkers, family, and friends.
Number 2 is communicate. Make sure you know what you're getting for the money.
And always be a part of the process. Continually monitor the process with the provider that you engage with. Great stuff. Thanks, Melanie. For more SEO content and PR tips and free insights from Melanie, you can visit Rembrandt Communications at www.rembrandtrights.com, just like it sounds, rembrandtrights.com. And we are Audivita Studios, podcast and audiobook production at www.audivita.com. That's EUDIVITA.com. Melanie, thanks for being here as always.
Thanks, David.
And thanks for listening.
Have a great day, everyone.
All right. Be well.